Adam Christ for MyMMAnews.com, being joined by John Lyons, who is taking on Felipe Ferreira at Fight2Win 128 at the 2300 Arena in just less than a week. This Saturday, it's coming up. First, I got to thank the man for joining me, John. It's a pleasure, man. This is our first time.
Yup, man.
I appreciate it.
Thanks,
For those that don't know, John Lyons is brothers with James Lyons, twin brother. James is an active MMA fighter, one of the top regional fighters in the East Coast, and John is one of the top grappling phenomenons on the East Coast. So get to know the Lyons brothers, and this is the grappling phenom as John Lyons. So, John, I got to ask you first and foremost, you're going to Fight2Win 128 this weekend against a pretty high-level purple belt. I mean, he's been a purple belt for a while, Felipe. I got to ask, what do you know about him so far?
I know he's from Brazil. He's been training, I'm not really sure how long. I think he got his purple belt like 4 years ago, so I know he's been around. Looks strong, looks tough. I think he trains a lot more in the gi. I'm about 80% no gi, so I know I have that in my favor since our match is no gi. But I'm sure he's going to be tough as hell and one hell of an opponent.
So have you gotten, there's not too much video that neither have I or you have gotten really able to take a look at, but I got to ask, is that something that it plays in your favor because you don't necessarily have to train for this particular style? You get to train all aspects of this. Does that bother you, or does that not even enter your mind per se?
I look at my opponents, I look at their body style more than really what they do anyway, because I'm going to go there and play my game, but I think that their body style kind of can dictate some things with what I do, so I'll look at that a little bit, but I really just go in there and play my game and do my thing.
I really find that interesting, actually, because that's actually the first time I've heard that from a grappler, that they judge their body size and their body frame more than anything. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Let's say like a person that might be a little bit more top heavy opposed to a little bit more stubby legs, you know, like where do you find the difference, and what can you look for in not his body style, because I don't want you to give away his game plan, your game plan for him, but what tendencies do you look for in a body frame?
Like if I look at a taller guy, I'm probably not going to want to get in his guard. I'm probably going to pull guard first because, you know, with longer legs, it might be a little tougher to get out of that guard. Right. You know, with guys that are a little bit more stocky, I'm going to really watch, make sure I stay in tight. Don't let my arms come out or anything. You know, I don't want to get caught in a Kimura. But really just, you know, I think it really dictates a lot of their game and says a lot about them when I just look at their body style.
That's awesome. That's really intuitive, and I can appreciate that. So we're going into Fight2Win 128, 2300 arena, massive, massive arena, tons of history there, and it's going to be packed, man. You're getting up there with your level of competition, so I know this isn't your first time in front of a huge crowd, but what's the pressure like when you perform in front of such a massive crowd, like you're expecting to perform in front of the 2300 arena?
Yeah.
Getting word tied.
Yeah. Really, you know, I just go out there and do my thing. I know it's all a distraction as far as everything going on, the people there, the lights, everything. I mean, I just kind of really know the only thing I got to worry about really is Felipe and, you know, making sure I catch him. And that's my goal. So I really try to ignore all the stuff out there and the people, the lights, and just play my game, do my thing, beat him, and walk off and get paid.
I like that. Now, those are the people that don't know. This is, like I said, our first time on air. What got you into jiu-jitsu, you know, in the first place? Obviously, your brother being the MMA fighter. What got you into the grappling arts of it per se, not the MMA art of it? What got you where you are? Because neither of you were like real strong athletes growing up. Am I correct? You guys kind of got into this and then ran with it. So go ahead.
I mean, don't even throw me a ball. But yeah, so you know, after high school, my brother started dabbling around in jiu-jitsu and MMA, and good friend of ours was also into it, so you know, I was like, hell, let me try it out. And really, my brother started grappling. He was tearing everybody up, and I was like, man, you know, it'd really be nice to get in there and do that. I was kind of really just starting to build my real estate business, so I wasn't, you know, jumping heavy into training, but I was dabbling in it a little bit. That was in the beginning of 2015, and then in fall of 2016, that's when I jumped over to 302, so I've been here for about 3 years since. And I don't know, I mean, getting punched in my face, I'm not really too into that. I mean, I just like grappling, and maybe one day I'll start striking more and get more comfortable with it, but right now I just love no-gi grappling. I mean, it's just my thing. me and my brother train a lot. I have so many training partners here. We really, get it in here and work hard every day.
Your dynamic as a young man is pretty strong and interesting for those that don't know, because at the age of 18, you graduated high school, you got your real estate license, you're a thriving real estate agent now, you're a thriving grappler, especially on this scene, you're just tearing through opponents, and we're going to get to that. But where do you find time to balance such an involved lifestyle, which seems like for such an older, more experienced gentleman in life, and you're here at 23 years old just killing the game?
Yeah, really comes down to a schedule, just putting, my days in front of me, knowing what I'm doing, and just getting it done, checking it off the list, and really just balance. I mean, I get it all done through my day. I mean, I work for myself, so I'm out training, as much as I can, early mornings, midday, at night. Probably get, somewhere around 20 hours of jiu-jitsu in a week on a, decent week. So I'm working, I'm out here training pretty hard.
So this beast that's become of John Lyons, I want to delve into, because, man, you've been on quite the tear and just stacking up wins on wins on wins, man. Cashing checks and just doing your thing, brother. And it's a great thing to see, like I said, the Lyons family thriving. But you can say all you want, just putting in the hard hours of training, this, that, and the other, but not just your average Joe can just come in, put in the hours, and do it like you do. Where do you find, like, inside your inner courage, inside your inner strength, like, where does that energy that you bring out on the mats, that monster that you bring out on the mats, where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean, really just growing up, me and my brother used to fight a lot. I've been getting choked really my whole life, so I got really good submission defense too, anybody will see. But really just, looking at what I want out of this. I mean, one day I want to own my own school, and I want all my students to sit back and say, I want to be like him. And really that pushes me. So the future students I don't even have yet, I mean, that's my long-term goal with this, is to one day open up my own gym. But I plan to, become hell of a grappler before that.
Yeah. So our boy Felipe here, without giving too much of your game plan away, without, judging his body style the way he has, why don't you go ahead and, if you'll be so bold, give me a prediction.
I'm going to say leg lock within 90 seconds.
Leg lock within 90 seconds. You heard it from the man, John Lyons, and that'll do it for us here for My MMA News. Make sure you keep it locked. First, I want to ask John, how can fight fans keep up with you as far as social media? That people want to know where they can keep up with Flow Grappling, Fight2Win, just everything. Just let them know.
So on Instagram, I'm John with 2 N's, Lyons, Lyons. Follow me there. On Facebook, you can find me, John Lyons. But I'm on there. I try to stay active, so hit me up.
All right, man. John Lyons, I'm Adam Christ. Keep it locked on mymmanews.com. John, I appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you.